here with Cyrus Kambata from Mastering Diabetes. And also, you might not know this, people, but he actually is one of the founders of Amla Green, which is the channel we're on right now. So if you're here watching for Amla Green, I want you to pull up a mocktail and have a blast as we cruise into Memorial Day and we think about our fallen soldiers and those who have served our country. We just want to wish you, it feels odd to say happy Memorial Day.
Right.
You know, but we want to acknowledge you and send some love out your way. So
a calm and peaceful Memorial Day.
Absolutely. And, you know, with that, I want to say that on the green today, we're talking about stress, everybody, and the effect that stress can have on diabetes. If you are living with diabetes, originally this product, Amla Green, was developed for people that are struggling with diabetes. I'm going to let Cyrus talk about that for a second and his personal journey. And then in addition to that, we have a gift for you. As you're going into the weekend, you might be hanging out with loved ones. You might be, you know, having a drink or two, and we want that drink to be a mocktail, okay? And so we're going to give away a mocktail guide in a little bit. I will let you know what it looks like. I'm going to share some of the recipes, and we'll show you how to get it for free. We'll send it right to you. So Cyrus, talk to me about why did diabetes serve as kind of the start to developing this product, and how does it, you know, touch you personally?
Yeah, great question. So as many of you guys probably already know, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes in the year 2002. So I had to go through a pretty kind of like upside down backwards journey in order to go from sort of trusting that the medical system had my back and that they had the answers for me and how I could actually control my blood glucose and insulin use over time, to recognizing that that actually wasn't working, to then switching my diet to becoming a plant-based eater, and all of a sudden feeling a completely new version of health that I had never experienced before in such a positive way. So I had to learn the hard way by calling myself into a deep, dark black hole and getting really frustrated and annoyed, and then crawling myself right back out of it. And in the process, then after that happened, I went to graduate school. So picture the scene. It's 2007. And I'm in graduate school. I'm a brand new, you know, like puppy inside of this like large institution, and I'm trying to understand a simple question, which is, why did a plant-based diet have such a profound impact on my blood glucose control? That's literally why I went to grad school. I was kind of like asking a somewhat selfish question, and I knew it. But in the process of doing that, I started to discover that there's a whole universe about the research-based knowledge of how food can impact your metabolic health, of how food impacts hypertension, how food impacts blood glucose, how food impacts your cholesterol, and beyond. And in the process over the course of the next 5 years, as I went from being like a newbie in this research world to writing a 300-page thesis on insulin resistance and performing experiments, you know, hundreds of experiments over the course of a 5-year period, I started reading. I had to read thousands and thousands and thousands of papers about the connection between food and metabolic diseases like diabetes. And one of the like small little mini universes that I came across was this stuff called Indian gooseberries. And as I started to read about them, I was first presented to me as though Indian gooseberries were this food that had been discovered by the Ayurvedic form of medicine in India a couple thousand years ago, and that they use it for everything. It was like a panacea. It was like a one-size-fits-all prescription, right? You get bitten by a snake, eat some amla berries. You want to clean your windows, put some amla berries on them. You want to lower your cholesterol, eat some amla berries. And I was like, well, this is like too good to be true. But then modern research has sort of tried to take a stab at it to try and be like, well, let's try and test whether or not these things actually do have the power that this Ayurvedic form of medicine claims. And the research is very, very powerful. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of studies that document the powerful effect of amla berries on 3 things in particular. Number 1, lowering blood glucose. Number 2, lowering blood pressure. And number 3, lowering cholesterol. Okay. So amla berries have been sort of loosely called the most powerful cholesterol reducing food ever discovered by humans. Okay. This one single food can lower cholesterol better than any other food. In addition to that, they also have very powerful blood glucose lowering effects as well as blood pressure lowering effects. So it's it's kind of like a 3-in-1 the way that I think about it. So I started using amla berries. I started incorporating them in my diet, and I was like, oh my god, these things are horrendous. They're so hard to eat. They're so sour. It's like it would be the equivalent of like taking vinegar and like splashing it in your eyes because you're just
Oh no.
oh, what is this stuff? It's like it's too much.
No.
So my parents are from India, and even for them who have the sort of like acquired tongue, the tongue that sort of acquired the tastes of the Indian diet over the course of their lifetime, even when they ate it, they were like, whoa, what the hell is this stuff? It's too much, right? So long story short, I worked pretty hard to try and find a way to make amla berries more palatable and just tastier. So I had to figure out what can I mix them with that doesn't decrease their nutritional value, and what can we mix it with that actually just makes it a fun experience. So we ended up coming up with a tea. So you take the Indian gooseberries that we import directly from India, we grind them into a powder. They're organic. They then get mixed with other organic ingredients, and we come up with different flavors. And those flavors are really tasty, as you can see on the screen here. On the green bottles, those are basically amla berries that are mixed with green tea. It's a oolong green tea, and it's actually our first and tastiest flavor, in my opinion. Then we have the red bottle on the left-hand side of the screen, and that is basically amla berries mixed with hibiscus, organic ginger, organic mint, and organic cinnamon. Really tasty. The purple bottle is similar ingredients, except instead of using hibiscus, we use elderberries, and that's specific to increasing your immune function. And then on the right side, we have everyone's favorite, the pumpkin spice flavor, which has cinnamon, cloves, ginger. I believe there's some turmeric in there, if I'm not mistaken. And it's got a really tasty flavor. And people seem to be liking the sort of different varieties that we have. So if you're interested in trying to get, a food into your body that has a research backing, that actually isn't just some snake oil that people claim is going to work, try tasting amla berry. Try taking amla green and see if it makes a difference for you.
Now, Cyrus, I actually am simulcasting you on Instagram right now. So say hi to our Instagram audience as well.
What up, IG? How you guys doing? Good to see you.
All right, guys, listen, I think I told you, people that are watching on Facebook, you can see me. Hi, Instagram. And then you can see me on Facebook. Okay, so what I wanted to tell you guys is the guide. We're going to give you some mocktails. All right, so I'm going to show you the mocktail guide in just a second. All you have to do is comment with the word mocktail. That's how you spell it right there. MOCKTAIL. And we will send you the mocktail guide. Bess, go ahead and scroll down the one all the way to page like 4 or something along those lines. All the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Oh, hang on. She's doing it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Mocktail. We had to make sure we put mocktail in there. Okay, check this out. Instagram, you can see it too. Look at all this stuff. Absolutely beautiful. Go to page 4. Next page, next page. Okay. Nope, not even that one. First recipe is right. Oh boy, the anticipation. Okay, blueberry ginger cooler. I mean, look at some of these ingredients, guys. 1 pint of blueberries, a little bit of cold water, and now I can't see it. It's too small. Thanks. I got my glasses on too. All right, a little bit of water, a little bit of grated ginger, some syrup, and then that's what you need. That's the syrup, and then we've got a couple other things you can read for yourself there. But the key ingredient is on the green decaf. And I want to tell you guys that I'm gonna Instagram. Sorry, I'm like literally holding my phone right now. Like as you can see here, Cyrus, I'm holding my phone.
Yeah.
But if you guys go ahead and opt in to the On the Green mocktail, you're going to have the guide sent straight to you, of course. But then after that, you're going to get a special offer for our day and night bundle. And Bess, I don't know if you're able to show them the day and night bundle, but it's crazy. Like what you can do is during the day. Oh, are you tired, Cyrus? I'm sorry. Are you sleepy?
I think I need some amla green to wake me up.
That's not what it does, Cyrus. It'll help lower your blood pressure, though.
Good call. Thank you for helping, Corey.
I'm just giving you a hard time. Look,
yeah, I know. I didn't.
Indy's probably wearing you.
Tired. Yeah, I also got up super early to do workout. You're right. I'm tired. I shouldn't be. Come on, Cyrus.
Stop it. Wake up. Wake up.
Come on.
Right, listen. Right here, guys. You can see it. It's normally $59.99. It's $39.90 just for you after you opt into the mocktail guide. 205 reviews. People can't be wrong. We do have some caffeine, half a cup of coffee, inside of the classic. And then it also comes with a decaf at night. So if you're like Cyrus, you need to be woken up. Just comment with the word mocktail. We will send you the mocktail guide. You can cruise into this weekend, rocking and rolling. You can take advantage of the On the Green day and night bundle. So the price is right. Definitely give it a shot.
Heck
All
yeah.
right. Okay, so I'm going to say bye to our Instagram audience right now. Instagram, love you. We'll see you later and have a great day. Okay, I'm going to end that. And now we're back to our Facebook crap. All right, people. Do you have any questions for someone who has a PhD in nutritional biochemistry? If you do, this is your man. All right. He is going to answer some of your questions. At the same time, I want to share what we are doing this weekend. Cyrus, what are you doing this weekend while we wait on a couple questions to come in?
Oh yeah. Okay. On Monday, Memorial Day, right?
Yes.
I've been doing CrossFit for a long time, for like 6 years now. And there is a workout called Murph that is an absolute bruiser that millions of people around the world do simultaneously, same day, same time.
Wow.
And it involves running a mile, doing 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, and then running a mile again. So the whole thing, you know, depending on how you chop it up or whether you chop it up at all, can take you anywhere from like 36 minutes or so north of like 70 minutes. And so you get to decide how challenging you're going to make it for yourself. How fast are you going to run? Are you going to do your push-ups all together? Or are you going to break them up into small pieces? Yada, yada, yada. Point being is that on Monday, I'm going into the pain cave and I'm going to do this. I've been training for like 3 or 4 months with some friends. We're going to have a good time. We're going to make it fun. We're going to make it hurt. And, by the time I'm done, I will earn myself the ability to eat the world's largest acai bowl, and I cannot wait.
Oh, wow. Well, I have to say this morning, I worked out with my dude. I see 2 questions, so we're going to get to them in just a second, guys. Thank you so much, Jamie Lynn. We see you. This morning, I worked out with my son. We did 25 scissor kind of like sit-up things, like not sit-ups, but scissor kicks. We did 10 laps in the pool as fast as possible, 20 push-ups, and 200 air squats. So
20 push-ups and 200 air squats. Yeah, that's no joke.
I was real proud of him. He's 12 years old, so I was really proud of him. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
That's impressive. How did you enjoy it? Did it feel good for you?
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. It was not a big deal at all. Yeah.
It's because you're a machine.
I try. All right. So a couple questions, guys, we're going to get to. I see Gloria. I see you. You have a question as well. Jessica from our team is going to send you all these things in your DMs and your links. Okay, Bess, let's throw up a question. Let's see what we got. Okay, what about veggies that reduce blood pressure? Oh, yeah. Well, we have some veggies that can reduce blood pressure. There was 4 that we mentioned just recently. So
yeah,
get them up.
Exactly right. Okay, so there's four vegetables: spinach, arugula, beets, and Swiss chard. The long and short of it is, I'm not going to bore you with all the biochemistry of it, but the point is that when you eat 1 serving of these foods, there's a measurable decrease in your blood pressure within the next hour. And if you were to do this once or twice a day, in the same way that you can have 1 or 2 servings of amla green per day, then you're developing a consistent collection of habits that have a really powerful effect on your overall metabolic health. So 1 serving of spinach and or 1 serving of arugula and or 1 serving of Swiss chard and or 1 serving of beets. Get it into your mouth. Documented reduced blood pressure, can be a substitute for blood pressure medication if that's something that you're using. Talk with your doctor about it. Find a way to make it work. Get it into your mouth. A lot cheaper, 0 side effects, a lot more fun.
You know, one of the things that we're supposed to be talking about that we didn't, because I get too excited talking to you, is stress. Not once have we talked about stress in this entire video. So
I know I'm a little bit stressed out in the fact that we haven't talked about it, to be perfectly honest.
Well, I want to talk about like the schedule and, you know, making sure that we map things out and things like that, because handling stress is a big deal. Guys, when it comes to planning and your meals and things like that, I mean, that's going to reduce your stress. Okay. So getting on the stress and diabetes. Okay. Good question, Dan. And thank you, Bess, for setting me right on the track. Okay. Cyrus, metabolically, what does stress do to your A1C, to your blood glucose, and how can it affect someone that is struggling with diabetes?
All right. Very good question. All right. So there's sort of like 2 forms of stress, the way I like to think about it. There's like a good stress and a maladaptive stress. Okay. The good stress is the type of stress that like motivates you to do things that are going to, you know, that are going to get you through the full day. Right. So if there's a little bit of stress about the fact that you're like, oh, I should go exercise. And then you do, then that's actually considered a good stress. If there's a little bit of stress, it's like, oh, hey, I should sit down and attend that meeting because this is part of work, and work is something that I do to be productive and something that I do to earn money. Okay, great. That could be a good stress. But then there's also the stress that comes along with like that triggers anxiety and frustration and can initiate what's called a fight or flight mechanism inside of you. Okay. So this maladaptive form of stress is when your adrenal gland, okay, which is it's a little gland that's in the sort of lower back, in your lower back. You can feel it because as soon as you, if you, you know how you're like, if you've ever gotten scared before and you get an adrenaline spike, all of a sudden, like within a second, it feels like every hair on your body is standing up and you get goosebumps, right? If you actually think back to when the last adrenaline spike or the next time you get an adrenaline spike and you actually think about where that came from, it actually originates in your lower back because that's where your adrenal gland is. And that's the thing that stimulates the production of adrenaline. So your adrenal gland is incredibly important because it kicks you into this fight or flight mode that basically says, hey, there's a danger. Let's go solve that danger. So adrenaline is one very powerful hormone that it releases. The second one is called cortisol. Okay, cortisol is another hormone that drops into your blood, and cortisol also initiates a stress response. Okay, so the type of stress that can really impact people in a negative way is a type of underlying chronic stress, which is existent every single minute of every single day for a long period of time. It's the type of stress that kind of grinds you down over the course of time, that makes you really tired, that makes you feel like, life is a little bit too much. Okay. That's the type of stress that can literally drip feed cortisol into your blood, minute by minute. And it can cause your adrenal gland to have to work too much. And when cortisol goes into your blood, what cortisol does is it goes and knocks on the door of your liver and it says, hey, liver, can you put some glucose into the blood? Because normally what happens is when you're in a fight or flight mechanism and cortisol is dropped into your blood, then that's a stimulus for your liver to basically say, hey, I need to make some energy available in case there's a dangerous situation that I have to get out of, right? So it's an evolutionarily conserved mechanism. Yeah. So if you're drip feeding cortisol into your blood for a long period of time, that then goes and knocks on the door of your liver and says, hey, give me glucose, give me glucose, give me glucose, give me glucose, give me glucose. And as a result of that, it ends up, hi, Kai.
Hi, Kylie. Good to see
my
you.
wife, Kylie.
We're live on the On the Green channel.
Oh, hello, Amla Green. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you too. I hope you have a good long weekend.
Thank you. Yes, definitely looking forward to some sunshine and relaxation.
Hey, everybody, like Kylie is an RN, so I'm just going to tell her what we're talking about. I know, Kylie, you got to go be with Indy, but is she napping or something? Or
She's napping.
Okay.
We're on nap duty. We're on nap time.
All right. Well, you can enjoy your nap time. You've earned it. But we're talking about the effect of stress and the effect stress can have on the body for someone living with diabetes.
Oh, for sure. It's man, cortisol.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just explaining that cortisol goes to your liver, knocks on the door, and causes glucose to go inside. But the question is, maybe you can finish it up.
Yeah, because he does need to eat. I mean, he needs to eat. This dude has probably been in this office going live with me for the last several hours.
Oh my gosh. So someone needs glucose badly.
Yeah. If someone's stressed, what have you seen in coaching thousands of people when they're stressed? What does it do to their glucose?
I mean, it's one of the most interesting predictors of high blood glucose is elevated stress. And what we see is specifically with like people who use like a CGM, continuous glucose monitor, where they can watch the rise and the patterns in their glucose. It's so fascinating to see. They'll have like a stressful event or there'll be some sort of stressful trigger, and almost like clockwork, you can just see the numbers going right up. And it's in response to a sort of an urgent sort of stressful situation or something that happens like unexpectedly.
Yeah.
But then there's also people who experience chronic stress who are maybe, for example, the stress is causing them to lose sleep. What we actually see very frequently is overnight blood glucose elevations. For people who are having chronic stress, they end up having chronically elevated cortisol levels. And that not only impacts your ability to fall asleep and stay asleep, but it also impacts your blood glucose numbers overnight and can cause things like anxiety, or some people feel it as like a jitteriness at night, so they can't even get to sleep. Yeah. And stress, it's almost like an infinity sign. Like the stress causes more elevations in blood glucose. More elevations in blood glucose causes more stress. More stress causes more elevations in blood glucose levels. So it's like this elevation of cortisol, elevation of glucose. It's like which came first in a way.
Yeah, it's
you
like a
know?
chicken and egg scenario. It's like a negative feedback cycle that just
Yeah.
kind of like spins out of control.
Totally.
But like you're saying, you can see it in people who have a high fasting blood glucose that doesn't seem to go down, and that it's on the rise while they're sleeping, and then the same thing is happening under the surface while they're awake, and it feels like nothing I'm doing is causing my blood glucose to go down because there's this trump card called cortisol, which is being secreted 24 hours a day.
Yeah. The other thing is that, if you're living with some sort of a condition, a disease, a diagnosis that you're really not comfortable with in general, and you're really trying to find ways to overcome that, and you're not feeling successful, or your habit changes aren't as, easily adjusted as you thought they might be, that can lead to, again, just leads to more, sort of like, it's like if the very bottom of no stress is like way down, down, down deep in the basement, and all of these little things make your basement rise up a little bit higher to your, like all of a sudden you're getting full of stress. The higher your stress levels generally means that you're not going to have as much resilience when something else comes along, which is just going to bump up the stress levels, bump up the cortisol levels, and bump up the glucose levels. It's a vicious cycle.
So I have to say that, like, ever since you've come on, the views have like gone through the roof. So I think that what we need to do is we just need to invite you to come back next week and join us. Okay.
I would love that.
The bottom line is folks, like, this human being is one of my favorite people, and she is awesome. I think Cyrus agrees. And so what we're going to do is next week, we're going to invite her back and we're going to have her talk. Okay. And we'll pick the topic. We'll have to figure it out. But I think that, Linda wants to know what you're eating, Cyrus. What did your amazing wife bring you to eat? What did she prepare for you?
She got me an acai bowl.
Okay. Brilliant.
I eat an acai bowl every single day.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We either make them at lunchtime. I happen to be out today, and so I picked one up for him. But if you haven't had an acai bowl, we are coming into summer. It is the best dessert frozen treat you can make yourself or get yourself.
Heck yeah.
Kylie could be the world's best acai bowl maker. So you know.
You got to have I feel like you have to have a Vitamix though for those. You really have to, because you have to use that thing that you slam down.
Yeah. We're a ninja family, so we don't have the Vitamix, and I know exactly what you're talking about, Corey. I wish that we did sometimes. But
Jamie Lynn wants a recipe for an acai bowl. Okay.
Go, no. This is a secret recipe. We don't give it out. I'm just kidding. Yeah, of course.
Go quick, because we got to get out of here. But do you know what do you put in it?
Typically what I do is I blend any combination of fruit with an acai packet. So you can get acai packets at your grocery store, your Costco sells them. You can get acai packets and then add frozen mixed berries, frozen banana, frozen mango, frozen cherries. You can do whatever blend you enjoy. And then you can add to the blended part, you could add in things like greens, to add your extra greens in, and add some peanut butter powder if you like a little peanut flavor, or some cacao powder for a chocolatey flavor. So just the base you can really play around with. You just need a mixture, a combination of different frozen fruits. And then on top, the same thing, you get to play around. We like to put cacao nibs on top of ours. We like to put oats, bananas, mango, fresh berries.
Whatever fruits you got available. Sometimes we put dates. Now, here's the thing. Inside of the base, like she was talking about, you got the acai packet plus the frozen berries plus any other frozen fruit you got in your freezer. We also put amla green into there.
Yes.
We also put
spinach,
which is a nitrate-rich vegetable like we talked about earlier. It can help you reduce your blood pressure. So you can think of this as basically being like a frozen soup that has all of the antioxidant-rich compounds and nutrients that can like really turbocharge your cardiovascular health and beyond. So, and it also just tastes amazing.
It's like dessert every day.
Jamie Lynn says it's amazing. Listen, next week, we're going to give you an extra 1 or 2 acai bowl recipes, guys. So make sure you come back. Kylie's going to join us. And then in addition to that, we are going to put together a special brand new guide just for you. Just like the one we gave today, it's going to be an acai bowl guide. All right. But until then, I want you to look at what we have on the screen. What we have is a Mighty Mocktail guide. This is yours for free right now as you go into Memorial Day weekend. We want to tell you how to make these mocktails. All you have to do is comment one word. The word is mocktail. And Jessica from our team, she will send you the mocktail guide totally for free. And then after that, you'll see there's a special offer for you. You can save $20 on the night and day bundle. You can try Amla Green in the morning, have a little bit of a kick of caffeine, half the cup of coffee, and then, save $20 right there on the day and night bundle. This is our most popular bundle. Regular in the morning, decaf at night, classic decaf. You got it. So we got it covered. All right, everybody, we're out of here. I can't thank you enough. We had almost 50 people watching live.
Hell yeah.
We love you. We're so happy that you're here. And Kylie, we can't wait for you to join us next week.
That's great. I'm excited.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, guys.